The glamorous facade of Hollywood stardom often obscures the gritty reality behind the scenes, and Angelina Jolie serves as a striking case in point. While many envision her as the epitome of bliss, effortlessly navigating her life alongside her cinematic partner Brad Pitt and their brood of six, the truth is far more complex. Recent revelations have peeled back the layers, revealing a stark dichotomy between Jolie's public persona and the raw truth of her existence. Prepare to be captivated by her candid confessions and make sure to keep calm to see the exciting last thing. Angelina Jolie has finally peeled back the curtain on her seemingly perfect relationship with Brad Pitt, revealing that they, too, are not immune to the everyday squabbles that plague ordinary couples. In a candid interview with The Telegraph, the 40-year-old actress bared her soul, confessing that she and her A-list husband drive each other mad, just like everyone else. Despite their status as one of Tinseltown's power couples, Jolie and Pitt share the same trials and tribulations as any regular pair. Their latest joint venture, the film By the Sea, directed by Jolie herself, not only showcases their talent, but also sheds light on the complexities of their relationship. Scheduled for release on December 11th, the movie intertwines their personal and professional lives, providing a raw and intimate portrayal of love and conflict. Their decision to blend work with pleasure by filming By the Sea during their honeymoon in Malta, shortly after their much-publicized wedding in August of the previous year, now appears questionable in hindsight. Jolie confessed to The Telegraph that there were moments during filming when they both harbored doubts about the wisdom of combining such intense emotional work with what should have been a time of bliss. "There were a few days when we thought a working honeymoon wasn't the best idea," she admitted. "There were days during filming last year when we were really worried and it was hard." The roots of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's love story trace back to the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, a film where they portrayed a dynamic duo of assassins who found themselves entangled in a web of romance and espionage. However, their initial spark ignited amidst controversy, as Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston at the time. Despite the tumultuous beginnings, Jolie and Pitt's connection endured, blossoming into one of Hollywood's most talked-about relationships. Reflecting on their journey, Jolie acknowledges that the filming process for By the Sea differed significantly from their earlier collaboration. "When we first worked together, it was very different because we didn't really know each other and we were young," she explained. "It was really a fun film, so we thought maybe By the Sea was going to be that kind of fun. But we realized very quickly that it wasn't." While By the Sea delves into the intricacies of a quarreling couple, Jolie is quick to dispel any notions that the film mirrors their own relationship. Despite the film starring the real-life couple and exploring themes of marital discord, Jolie emphasizes that the characters and their struggles are distinct from their personal experiences. "Brad and I have our issues, but if the characters were even remotely close to our problems, we couldn't have made the film," she asserted. "To be clear, we have fights and problems like any other couple. We have days when we drive each other absolutely mad and want space, but the problems in the movie aren't our specific problems." Set against the backdrop of the 1970s, By the Sea revolves around Roland and Vanessa, a couple grappling with the challenges of maintaining their marriage amid tumultuous times. Through their on-screen portrayal, Jolie and Pitt offer audiences a poignant and introspective exploration of love, loss, and the complexities of human relationships. Angelina Jolie's dedication to her craft and her family shines through in every aspect of her life, including her latest project, By the Sea. In an interview, she offered insights into the film's narrative, humorously remarking on the parallels between the fictional couple's journey and the evolution of her own marriage with Brad Pitt. "We were joking. We were saying, like, see, this is the beginning, and then this is 10 years later. This is what 10 years of marriage will do to you," she shared, illustrating the nuanced dynamics of long-term relationships. During the same television interview, Brad Pitt openly expressed his admiration for his wife's courage and resilience, particularly in the face of her health struggles. He commended her decision to undergo a double mastectomy and have her ovaries removed as a preventive measure after discovering her heightened risk of cancer through genetic testing. Pitt's admiration for Jolie's approach was palpable as he reflected on her selflessness and maturity. "There was no vanity to my wife's approach," he stated, emphasizing the depth of her character. "It was mature." Pitt's words underscored Jolie's unwavering commitment to her family's well-being, highlighting her strength and resolve in confronting difficult challenges head-on. "There was a strength in that," he affirmed, acknowledging the sacrifices she made for the sake of their children and their future, together. However, the beautiful moments between Angelina and Brad Pitt are no longer there because they have officially gone their separate ways, despite the regret of their fans. Angelina Jolie recently has at last chosen to share her perspective on their much-discussed divorce and how she's navigating through the aftermath. Speaking candidly in an interview with Vanity Fair, the esteemed actress delved into the intricacies of her post-divorce life, touching upon her role as a mother, grappling with the reverberations of her 12-year-long partnership amidst relentless media scrutiny, and her health. In her conversation with Vanity Fair, Jolie offered a rare glimpse into her inner world, revealing the depths of her emotional journey. Amidst the turmoil of divorce proceedings, she found solace and strength in her children, drawing upon their resilience as a guiding light through turbulent times. "My kids are my anchor," she shared, underscoring the profound connection she shares with her family amidst the storm of separation. Navigating the aftermath of a relationship that had spanned over a decade under the unforgiving glare of the media proved to be an arduous journey for Jolie. The intense scrutiny surrounding their divorce forced her to confront not only her personal struggles, but also the voracious appetite of the public for details of their private lives. "Dealing with the media frenzy was overwhelming," she admitted, acknowledging the intrusive nature of tabloid speculation and paparazzi intrusion into her personal affairs. One of the most poignant revelations from the interview was Jolie's reflection on her health journey amidst the turmoil of divorce. While immersed in the production of her upcoming film, First They Killed My Father, Jolie confronted the harsh realities of her faltering marriage. It was during this tumultuous period that she made the difficult decision to file for divorce from Pitt in September 2016. Reflecting on the gravity of her decision, Jolie confessed, "I hesitated to use that word," alluding to her reluctance to acknowledge the irreparable breakdown of their relationship. "Things became incredibly challenging," she clarified, encapsulating the emotional turbulence that precipitated the dissolution of their union. Earlier this year, Brad Pitt publicly acknowledged his struggles with alcoholism in an interview, shedding light on his journey of healing and self-discovery in the wake of their separation. "For me, this period has really been about looking at my weaknesses and failures and owning my side of the street," he candidly admitted, offering a glimpse into his process of introspection and personal growth. Angelina Jolie, when asked about Pitt's revelations, expressed understanding and empathy towards his journey. She revealed that Pitt's admission did not come as a surprise to her, underscoring their mutual care and concern for each other's well-being. "We care for each other and care about our family," she affirmed, reflecting on their evolving relationship post-split. Despite the challenges they faced, Jolie emphasized that they remained united in their commitment to their children and to fostering a healthy co-parenting dynamic. "We are both working towards the same goal," she asserted, highlighting their shared dedication to prioritizing the needs and happiness of their family unit above all else. With 6 children in their care, a blend of 3 adopted and 3 biological, Jolie spoke openly about the challenges and priorities in the wake of her split from Brad Pitt. Maintaining physical custody of the children while Pitt has been granted visitation rights, she expressed deep concern for their well-being amidst the upheaval. "I was very worried about my mother growing up. A lot. I do not want my children to be worried about me," she confessed, reflecting on her desire to shield them from unnecessary distress. Jolie's approach to parenting amidst adversity was characterized by resilience and strength, tempered with a sense of vulnerability. "I think it's very important to cry in the shower and not in front of them," she remarked, acknowledging the delicate balance between honesty and reassurance. Even in moments of uncertainty, Jolie emphasized the importance of projecting stability and hope to her children, assuring them that everything would eventually fall into place. In a move to safeguard their family's privacy, Jolie and Pitt opted to keep the details of their legal proceedings out of the public eye. By sealing the developments of the case from the press, they sought to shield their children from further scrutiny and protect their right to privacy during a tumultuous time. Additionally, Jolie opened up about her diagnosis of Bell's palsy the previous year, a condition resulting from damage to facial nerves that caused one side of her face to droop. Reflecting on the toll that stress and neglecting her own well-being can take, she acknowledged the importance of prioritizing self-care, particularly for women. "Sometimes women in families put themselves last until it manifests itself in their own health," she observed. Unsure if her symptoms were attributed to menopause or the challenges she had faced throughout the year, Jolie's candid admission underscored the complexities of navigating personal health amidst life's trials and tribulations. In addition, Angelina Jolie also revealed a significant career shift she made 7 years ago to prioritize healing for herself and her family. In a recent interview, while discussing her fashion venture, Atelier Jolie, the actress delved into the deeper significance of clothing as a form of expression and empowerment. Jolie's reflections on fashion extended beyond mere aesthetics, delving into the emotional underpinnings of personal style. "Sometimes the way you dress says, 'Don't mess with me, I've got my armor on.' But I want a woman to feel safe enough that she can be soft," she articulated, highlighting the dichotomy between strength and vulnerability inherent in one's outward presentation. The revelation of her therapeutic journey through fashion struck a chord with readers as Jolie recounted a poignant moment with her therapist. "After I went through something where I was hurt, I had a therapist ask if I would try wearing a flowing garment," she shared. This seemingly simple suggestion prompted Jolie to confront her preconceptions about strength and resilience. "Sounds silly, but I assumed that pants and boots projected a tougher look, a stronger me. But was I strong enough to be soft? At the time, no, I felt vulnerable," she admitted, laying bare the internal conflict between projecting toughness and embracing vulnerability. Angelina Jolie has finally admitted to grappling with a sense of uncertainty about her identity and style, particularly as she approaches the age of 48. In a candid revelation, she shared, "Now I wonder if I don't know what my style is because I'm still understanding who I am at 48. I guess I'm in transition as a person." This introspective journey reflects a period of self-discovery and growth for the acclaimed actress. Opening up about her emotional state, Jolie confessed to feeling a sense of melancholy in recent days. "I feel a bit down these days. I don't feel like I've been myself for a decade in a way, which I don't want to get into," she revealed, hinting at the complexities of her personal journey over the past years. While she chose not to delve into intimate details, Jolie acknowledged that a significant shift occurred 7 years ago, coinciding with her decision to scale back her film commitments and prioritize her family's healing process. Reflecting on this pivotal juncture, Jolie spoke of the deliberate choices she made to prioritize her family's well-being in the aftermath of her split from Brad Pitt. 7 years ago," she recounted, "I made the choice to do fewer movies and only take jobs that didn't require long shoots. This conscious decision allowed her to focus on nurturing her family, composed of the 6 children she shares with her ex-husband, as they navigated the complexities of their new reality. We had a lot of healing to do," she acknowledged, underscoring the ongoing nature of their journey towards finding stability and equilibrium amidst upheaval. Reflecting on the therapeutic nature of creative work, Angelina remarked, "I think part of this has also been therapeutic for me. To work in a creative space with people you trust and to rediscover yourself. I'm hoping to change many aspects of my life. And this is the forward-facing one." Through Atelier Jolie, Jolie found solace and rejuvenation, channeling her energy into a positive outlet amidst the challenges she faced. In another poignant moment during the interview, Jolie reflected on the profound influence of motherhood on her life and identity. "I was 26 when I became a mother," she shared, highlighting the pivotal role her children have played in shaping her worldview and providing a sense of purpose during difficult times. "My entire life changed. Having children saved me and taught me to be in this world differently," she admitted, underscoring the transformative power of maternal love and responsibility. Amidst the trials and tribulations she has faced, Jolie expressed gratitude for the resilience and joy her children bring into her life. "I think, recently, I would have gone under in a much darker way had I not wanted to live for them," she confessed, acknowledging the profound impact of her children's presence on her mental and emotional well-being. As she navigates the complexities of parenthood, Jolie embraces both the role of nurturer and the humility of learning from her children. In discussing her children, Jolie painted a vivid picture of the multifaceted dynamics within their family unit. "Of course, I'm the mother, and hopefully that safe place for them and that stability," she reflected. "But I'm also the one that they laugh at, and I see them taking over so many different aspects of our family. Through laughter and love, Jolie finds strength and resilience, embracing the ever-evolving journey of parenthood with grace and humility." Angelina Jolie then also addressed certain allegations that have surfaced amid the protracted legal battle between her and Brad Pitt, shedding light on the tumultuous events that led to the breakdown of their marriage. While Jolie typically refrains from divulging intricate details of their personal struggles, certain accusations have been made public due to the ongoing court proceedings. In a significant revelation, Jolie accused Pitt of physical abuse towards her and their children in a complaint filed as part of the lawsuit. According to court documents, during a heated altercation in 2016, Pitt allegedly choked one of the children and struck another in the face, before turning his aggression towards Jolie, grabbing her by the head and shaking her. The documents further allege that Pitt then proceeded to pour beer and red wine on Jolie and their 6 children, causing distress and fear among them. Some of the children pleaded with Pitt to stop, the documents revealed, painting a harrowing picture of the traumatic incident. They were all frightened. Many were crying. After that, Angelina Jolie bravely shared the aftermath of the investigation by the FBI into the allegations made during the prolonged legal battle with Brad Pitt. Following scrutiny by the FBI, a probable cause statement was presented to the U.S. Attorney's Office. The FBI report disclosed, after reviewing the document, a representative of the United States Attorney's Office discussed the merits of this investigation with the case agent. It was collectively concluded that criminal charges in this case would not be pursued due to several mitigating factors. However, a source closely familiar with the matter contradicted Jolie's claims, asserting that her allegations were unfounded. The source, speaking to Fox News Digital, criticized Jolie for continually altering her narrative surrounding the events that transpired 6 years ago. She continues to rehash, revise, and reimagine her description of an event that happened 6 years ago by adding completely untrue information each time she fails to get what she wants, the source remarked, highlighting the contentious nature of the legal proceedings. The latest development in the ongoing saga unfolded with a filing by Jolie's former company, Nouvelle, in July. The filing accused Pitt of engaging in a vindictive campaign to loot the business following Jolie's decision to file for divorce. The acrimonious nature of the legal dispute underscores the complexities of their relationship, which began romantically in 2004 and culminated in marriage in 2014. In a candid admission, Jolie truly revealed the stark reality of how her behind-the-camera ambitions were sidelined due to changes in her family situation. "I love directing, but I had a change in my family situation that's not made it possible for me to direct for a few years," she disclosed, offering a glimpse into the personal sacrifices she made for the sake of her family. With her directing aspirations on hold, Jolie opted for shorter jobs that allowed her to be home more, prioritizing stability and presence for her children during a tumultuous period. The Oscar winner candidly acknowledged that returning to acting provided a more feasible path forward, offering flexibility and shorter work hours that accommodated her familial responsibilities. "That's really the truth of it," she affirmed, dispelling any notion of glamour or preference in her career choices. In the face of adversity, Jolie embraced pragmatism, recognizing the need to adapt her professional pursuits to align with her evolving family dynamics. Moreover, Jolie's challenges were compounded by the unexpected onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, which thrust her into additional familial responsibilities. As the world grappled with the realities of lockdowns and social distancing measures, Jolie found herself navigating the complexities of parenting during unprecedented times, further complicating her professional pursuits. Recently, Angelina Jolie openly unveiled her newest addition to her extensive tattoo collection, sending ripples across the internet. Known for her affinity for permanent ink, the Hollywood superstar boasts a diverse array of tattoos adorning her body, including a Bengal tiger on her lower back and coordinates representing her children's birth locations on her arm, among numerous other symbols and scripts. The latest tattoo, crafted by New York-based artist Mr. K, made its debut amidst much anticipation and excitement. Initially shrouded in mystery, the artwork was eventually revealed to be located on the inner portion of both of Angelina's middle fingers. The design features two narrow daggers rendered in a geometric and abstract aesthetic, adding a striking yet subtle touch to her already eclectic collection. However, the revelation was accompanied by an unexpected apology from the artist himself. In a heartfelt caption accompanying the photo of the tattoo, Mr. K expressed regret over the speculative rumors surrounding the artwork and extended his sincere apologies to Angelina Jolie for any undue stress caused. Clarifying the nature of the design, he emphasized that it bore no religious connotations or reference to the cross, instead embodying an abstract interpretation of two daggers in a geometric style. Angelina Jolie's latest tattoo reveal unfolded in the wake of heightened anticipation and speculation, sparked by New York-based tattoo artist Mr. K's initial announcement of having inked the actress. Days prior to the official reveal, Mr. K teased fans with a tantalizing glimpse, sharing a photo on Instagram featuring a palm-up shot of Jolie with her finger tattoos strategically blurred out. Accompanying the cryptic image was Mr. K's playful caption, "Angelina Jolie still can't believe that I actually grabbed her hand and tattooed her. Guess what she got on her palm? Angelina Jolie. Mark tattoo." However, Mr. K's initial excitement soon gave way to unwelcome speculation, as rumors swirled that Jolie's new ink bore a resemblance to her ex-husband, actor Brad Pitt. In response to the mounting conjecture, the artist himself intervened, issuing a clarification in the comments section of his original post. "It's nothing related to Brad Pitt," he affirmed, quashing any insinuations linking the tattoo to Jolie's former spouse. What do you think about Angelina Jolie's recent admission? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.